Friends, it is time. Time for the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, 3.0. Okay, I think a lot of you found your way to my channel because of the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, version 2.0, which we're just going to call this hrcyed from here on out because there's a lot of words to keep saying over and over again in this video. The 2.0 version has been an absolute freaking blast to participate in, and it has made me read so many books that I don't think that I would have naturally picked up otherwise. It's ending very, very soon on July 6th, and I will have a finale video for you guys up somewhere just before that. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. Go ahead, I'll wait while you click that subscribe button, best friend. Okay, but now it's time to move forward to 3.0. And don't worry, if you're not participating in hrcyed, there's still going to be something for you in this. I'm working to structure my hrcyed content so that everybody gets something out of it, even if you do not care about hrcyed. Sounds good? So, if you're not familiar with hrcyed, it is a year-long reading challenge made up of 25 individual, smaller reading challenges. There's a whole bingo board. Look, see, here it is. That's the beautiful bingo board for 3.0. And within each of the 25 challenges, there are a number of books that you have to read to meet all of the prompts. This whole thing is created by Stephanie over on the channel QWERTY. I think most of us just call her QWERTY instead of her actual name. I think she's fine with either. And I'll have all of her info linked down below. So please, please, please go to her channel and check out the announcement video for 3.0, which went up last week, because that is the ultimate authority on all things hrcyed. But allow me to walk you through it really quickly, and then we're going to talk about what I'm going to do for version 3.0. So like I said, in hrcyed, there are 25 individual challenges that you have to do to finish the whole thing. Here's the official hrcyed board. Let's go through this line by line really quickly. So the first one, starting in the top corner there, we have choose your party. In this one, you're going to read books that have characters who have specific jobs that relate back to some of the roles that you see in the Dungeons and Dragons realm, world, possibility, what even universe? I don't know what you call that. I don't play D&D, but I'm confident that I'll be able to get this one done anyway. Going across that row, we have the periodic table. So books that have periodic elements in their title. Familial terms. So that will just be things that have like mother, sister, daughter, brother, son, whatever in the title. Traipsing through regions. So this one requires you to read books that either take place in or the authors from certain regions of the world. Then we have choose your curriculum. So this one is like going back to school. You're going to have 5 little subjects that you have to read on, and there won't be any reports due, I don't think. I hope not, but it sounds like fun. I'm ready to go back to school. I mean, I love everything about school except for the grading part. Then we have road trips. So this one is going to be where you read books that are set in certain states, and the states cannot be California or New York, which is where a good majority of books happen to take place. Then we have bookception, which is reading a book that talks about another real world book inside of it, followed by not so secret prompts. So in 2.0, we had a monthly secret prompt that we could choose to do or not do. And you got extra prizes, like you could count something, a book that doesn't count for a prompt, you could count it for that prompt. Well, in 3.0, now we have to do all of those secret challenges. So some of us will be doing them for the second time. Some of us that didn't do ones that we didn't want to do now have to do them. Thanks, QWERTY. Then we have one where we have to read a variety of cover styles. And I don't really understand this one, but I'm sure I'll figure it out along the way. Basically, like there are art cover styles. There's like, you can go minimalist, you can go maximalist, you can go drawn, watercolor, whatever. I guess I do understand it. Never mind. Then we have titular counting, which this is the one where I think there are 2 that have to do with numbers in the title. I think titular counting is the one where you have to count the number of words in the title. So you have to read a book with 1 word in the title, a book with 2 words in the title, a book with 3 words in the title, all the way up to 10. I'm pretty sure that's what this one is. If not, I'm just confusing it with the other number one. We'll get to that in a second. Then there's characters to authors. In this one, you have to take a character's name and find a book that's written by an author with the same name. So you're just like chaining books together. Then we have shiratori, which is you're going to take like the last letter of the title of a book, and you're going to find another book that's title starts with that letter. You can also do it the last word to the first word if you want to. Then we have hrcyed mashup, which means you're going to take a prompt from hrcyed 1.0, and a prompt from Her Kid 2.0. You're going to mash them up and create a mega prompt, and then you're going to read books that fit that. Then we have the other number one. This is number titles. Now, this one I think is the one where I believe you're going to read books that have numbers in the titles. So a book that's like, oh, here's a good example. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Two Twisted... What's Twisted? I don't know, whatever. But you know what I mean? So that has 1 and then the 2 in the title. So you're going to read books like that. Then we have a rainbow of words. And in this one, you're going to do similar to the numbers one. You're going to find books that have colors in the title, where we're given specific colors. Then on the next row, we have animal families. So in this one, you're going to look for different families of animals pictured on books. It's animal families. So that means you can't just do a bunch of different dog breeds, because those are all dogs, if I'm understanding that correctly. Animals, also not my forte. Then we have biomes, so different biomes or landscapes depicted on the covers. That one I'm actually very, very interested in. I don't know that I've ever really given much thought to the biomes on the covers of my books, but I'm into that. Then we have remix, or remix, as I think it's called. And this one is interesting. So it's kind of like retellings, but you have to find a retelling of a story where something is actually different. So you could do like a retelling of Robin Hood, where Robin Hood is a girl, so you like gender swapped it. Or you could do it in like an alternate universe or something like that. You know what I mean? Like you got to remix the story, not just retell the story. Then we have food pyramid. I'm going to say this is probably my favorite one just because I work in the food and nutrition industry. But this one requires you to read books that have food pictured on the cover, and you have to follow the food pyramid. So you need like what's on the food pyramid now? Because they just changed it. But you need like, you know what I mean? Like you need a protein, you need a grain, you need a fruit, you need a vegetable, etc. I am going to have so much fun with that one, I promise you. I already have like 100 ideas in my head for a video for that. Then we have Mother Nature, and so this one you are required to have weather or sort of weather events pictured on I'm saying sort of weather events, but like someone asked, could you do a volcano erupting? And that counts. So because that's like a act of nature. So something like that has to be on the cover. Then we have one called It's Your Birthday, which my birthday just happened, so lame. But this one, it's all about you, yourself. So you're looking at books that represent your birthstone, your birth flower, your zodiac, your Chinese zodiac, like all those things have to be depicted by the book in some way, shape, or form. And it's very much up to you how you interpret that, because it's your birthday. I love that. Then there's backlist author. So either one author or several authors, you're going to read their backlist books. I love that because I have a ton of backlist books that I've been meaning to get to, but I keep reading new books. So I'm going to be forced to read some of those now. Then we have one that's called I Must Endeavor to Acquire These Creatures. I have no idea what that means. I'm sure that that's an inside joke that I just don't get because I don't play Pokemon. So this one requires you to collect creatures by reading books that feature things that happen in Pokemon. I literally had to ask my husband, what is a Pokemon and what does this mean? So it's fine. For that one, I am literally letting my husband pick the books for me because he plays Pokemon and I don't get it. It's fine. It's going to be fine. Then we have an anthology of authors. So for this one, you're going to read an anthology and then you're going to read a book by like 6 of the different authors who are featured in the anthology. So you're going to read 7 books total. Lastly, there's second chances and hidden gems. So this one, the second chances one is like basically a book that you DNF'd. You're going to pick it up and finish it. Okay. Hidden gems are a lot of different things. And I think it was explained that it could be something that like is rated very lowly on Goodreads, or something that someone who has a vastly different reading taste from you recommended, or it could be a number of things. And immediately I have an idea for one of those. There's another couple that I follow on YouTube, Ben and Lauren. Is that their names? I am really bad at names, you guys. Don't hold that against me. So the Youngs, and Ben always talks about books and he makes them sound so good, but then I'm like, I do not read horror books. And that's primarily what he reads. And I'm like, you make them sound really good, but I don't read that. So I'm thinking I might get a recommendation from him as one of my like hidden gem books because that sounds good. Because maybe I will like them. I don't know. So in this round, there are a couple different ways you can play. So there's the basic no nonsense way, which is the way that we always play it, which means that you can read books and each book can count for up to 2 prompts and voila, you're done. There's something that they're calling the Ain't Nobody Got Time for That version, which I think is hysterical. And in this version, you read 1 book for each of the 25 prompts. And then if you read more, you read more. But if you don't, you already won. Then there's the gamified version. For this version, you're going to roll a dice, a 6-sided die, and that's going to add on to your prompt. So if you are reading, for instance, let's say a food pyramid book, and you're going to read one that features a grain, you're going to roll your 6-sided die, and whatever one of those things it lands on, you're going to add that to it. And so quickly, the 6-sided die like options are, if you roll a 1, it has to be from an author you've never read from before. If you roll a 2, it must be from a non-white author. If you roll a 3, it must feature a disabled or uncommon character. If you roll a 4, it needs to be a queer author or story. And if you roll a 5, it needs to be self-published. And then if you roll a 6, you have to get any of the 2 from 1 through 5, combine them, and then add that to your prompt. So it can get a little bit crazy if you're rolling the dice, okay? The theme for this round is customization, and you'll see that reflected in the prompts. You can kind of customize this to make it work for you the way that you want to. I don't know, I don't work at the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. I mean, I would love to. I would love to just be like an admin assistant at hrcyed. I don't work there. So I'm just telling you what I personally think. I think that perhaps they saw the way that so many people customized it anyway to work for them. And so it was a no-brainer to do this, because Courtney will tell you that she never wants to force anybody to buy a book in order to participate in this challenge. Love her for that, even though I will do it anyway. Oh, and I would be remiss if I did not mention that there's also a kid version. I didn't really look into that, but if you have teenagers or like middle grades kids who want to participate, there's also a version for them. So if you're planning to participate in hrcyed, have you decided yet how you're going to participate, which version you're going to do? Let me know in the comments, because I'm nosy and I just want to know like who's doing what. I want to like have this community moment. Like, what are you doing? I just want to know everything. Okay. So now that we understand hrcyed, what is my plan? What is Sabrina planning to do? I know you're dying to know. And for the longest time, I didn't know. I was planning. I think I had come to the conclusion. I was planning to just take it easy, yo. I was just gonna chill in the cut, read whatever I wanted to read off my shelves, and at the end of each month, just see if it fits into hrcyed somewhere. And see if I got a bingo out of that. That was my plan. Then I watched the announcement video and immediately I was like, absolutely not. I'm doing the gamified version. I went from the most chill plan you could ever have to like hardcore to the max. Like I'm doing 100% of everything. What is wrong with me? The thing is that I just can't ever turn down a good challenge. Is it delusion? Maybe. So I'll mostly be playing the gamified version, which means for me, each book can count for 2 prompts, but I'm going to roll the dice and I'm going to add a separate layer onto that. Now, since this year's theme is customization, I have like 1 or 2 customized things that I'm kind of like adding to it for myself. So the first of those is that not every prompt is going to have a dice roll. Like I told you, my husband's picking my Pokemon books, the collecting the creatures one. I'm not going to make him roll a dice and try to find a book that is queer that will fit. I'm not going to do that to him. So there won't be a dice roll for that one. Okay. And there might be 1 or 2 others where it just doesn't make sense to be rolling the dice, because I'm also essentially forcing myself to only read books that I already own when the challenge starts on July 7th. Okay, so it has to be a book that I already own, because y'all, I owned so many freaking books already. Speaking of which, I'm in the middle of counting them and cataloging them so that I will know for sure that I'm only reading books that I only owned prior to the challenge starting. Because let's be real, I'm still going to be buying books. I just can't count them in hrcyed per my own rules. I'll probably give you guys a video of me doing that, like leading up to hrcyed, because this is all preparation for hrcyed, right? Now, since a good number of the prompts encourage you to interpret them how you want to, I think that it'll be achievable with all the books that I do have. However, If there's one that I just can't stretch any book at all into meeting that prompt, to the library she goes. Now that could be the physical library, it could be my Libby library, but it'll be library. Now, there may be one case where like there's a book that it's the only book that will fit for that for whatever reason, because we've rolled the dice, we've added like 52 things to it, and it's not available at the library. I had one book in 2.0 that I didn't own it. I could not get it from the library. Like they just didn't have it. It wasn't available to request or interlibrary loan or anything. So I did have to buy it. One book out of like 100 some odd books that I read for hrcyed 2.0. So it might happen, but it's rarer than we think. So we should be able to do this with just the books that I have. So in terms of content, because I do have a lot of hrcyed content on my channel, I've been thinking about this, and first of all, I don't really love the way that I do my hrcyed content currently, but I just was like, this is what I do. But it's a good time to switch up what I do because we're going into a new round. So for 3.0, I thought that what I kind of wanted to do for myself is to read for each challenge as opposed to just reading books and seeing where they fit. So if we're talking about the food pyramid, again, you can tell this one's my favorite. I want to read all of the food pyramid books at one time. And so I'm just trying to think of like, how would that naturally lead to videos? Because one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to create content on YouTube for the sake of creating content on YouTube. I really want to just show my actual life and like my obsessive, maybe a little more than obsessive reading life. Like that's what I want to show on YouTube. So I don't want to just create situations so I can make a video. But I personally want to like read the challenges as like a clumped group. And so if I'm doing the food pyramid one, I'm thinking like I want to kind of like combine those all into one video and show you like how I read for that. So that's my thoughts. It may change along the way. And this is mostly a message to myself. It may change along the way. You may need to change it. Just change it. You don't have to stick to the same thing. So I think you'll just see a video every couple of weeks of me reading a particular hrcyed prompt, and I think that would be a nice way to group them. It'll be easy for you to refer back to if you need recommendations for books for a particular prompt, and I think it will make it easy for the people who are not playing hrcyed or who are not following along with hrcyed to still enjoy the content without being like, I don't care I don't care, because you'll still get like the reading vlog aspect out of it, right? That makes sense. I hope it's making sense, but you will see it eventually. The first step is planning. Like I said, I'm currently going through all my books. I'm cataloging them. They're cataloged on Goodreads, but like not very well. I noticed that some of my owned books were not in there. And I also never counted any of the books that I owned before I started a YouTube channel, which there are a good number of those. And I'm a little bit curious to know how many books there are in total in my house. So that's what I'm doing in the meantime, because we can't start until July 7th. I would also like to know how many books I can read throughout the year that don't have to count for hrcyed whatsoever. So if you read every single one of these prompts and you do one book for each one, it's 150 books. So ideally, I can count every book for 2 prompts, and that makes me only 75, because 150 is about what I read in a year naturally. I want to say I read like 147 last year, and I could have pushed more, but I was like, it's Christmas, who cares? I don't want to spend all 150 of my books on hrcyed. So I need to double up where I can, and ideally everywhere I can double up. And that will be fantastic for me, because that gives me another 75 books throughout the year that I can read that don't have to fit hrcyed in any way, shape, or form. So planning will be crucial and essential to this process. There are no points accumulating in round 3, so I don't have to log those and try to use points for DNFs or rereads or anything like that. We're just going to smooth sail through and read our books. Okay, that's it. That's all. Okay, so those are my plans. I am so freaking excited, to the point where I'm like, can we just go right now? Like, can hrcyed 2.0 just be over so we can just get this done, okay? So we can get started. But the planning part is important, and I'm having fun doing that too. So I need you guys to sound off in the comments. What are your plans for hrcyed 3.0? Are you just gonna hang out and watch me do it and see if I make it? Like I said, I will have the finale to 2.0 coming out soon. You can see if I actually make it to the end of 2.0 or not. It's a little bit dicey. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I can't publish that video yet because I'm not done yet. I want to see who my little hrcyed community is. So, collect yourselves in the comments. We can check in with each other along the way. I will be dropping book recs along the way as I read each challenge, But if you have any books that you think are like extremely good for a particular challenge, drop that in the comments. Because if I own it, honey, I'm going to put that on my list and probably read it, especially if it'll fit for some of these harder challenges. Like, let your girl know. Like I said, round 3 does not start until July 7th, so we have a little bit of time, just about a month to go. In the meantime, I will hit you with like 1 or 2 prepping videos, like I said, and then in July, we can be off to the races. Well, maybe a little bit after July, because like I have to wait till July to start reading the books, and then I can read the books and then put up the content. So you know, late July, whatever. But until then, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any of this, right? And so we can keep up with each other. You can also head over to my Instagram because it's a little bit easier to talk to each other on Instagram. I put some content up on Instagram. I'll say I'm a lazy Instagrammer, okay? Don't hold it against me. It's just the way that it is. Go ahead and like this video just to make me feel good about myself. And I will plan to see you all in the very next video. Oh, wait a minute. I got a package today. Now, I sliced this open, but I haven't actually looked at this at all. That's right, friends. It is the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. It is a reading journal for round 3.0. Okay. Oh my gosh. Hold on. So I'm going to look at this really quickly. Bet you didn't know I was holding the mic down below the camera, did you? All right. So I'm going to look at this really quickly. I'll show you guys on the screen what is going on here. But oh my gosh. So cute. Oh, I love this. The colors are super cute. And oh my gosh. It has all the rules in here. I don't know if, I'm going to use the digital version of this, but this is super freaking cute. Oh, love. Okay, so this is handy to just have because I find myself pulling up the spreadsheet a lot to just kind of like look at it. And so, oh, but then this will be like a souvenir at the end. Like I just put it on my shelf. Oh my gosh. And each one has like a blank page after it. So you can like write down ideas, you can write down thoughts on it. It's got a section for potential things. Love this. The visual aspect of it is super nice. Oh, it's got the hrcyed history in it. Beautiful. This is so nice to have. There is a hardcover version of this and a soft, like a paperback version. I picked up the paperback version because I just didn't think I wanted the hardcover version, but you can get either one. They are available from the website somewhere. There's also a Discord server that you can join. I recommend that because you can get a lot of questions answered there. But do check out the link to Cordy's channel. You can then go find the link to the website, the Discord, all of the resources, where to buy this. It is available on Amazon, which is how I got it because I needed it shipped to me like overnight so I could film this video because I'm that person. But you can order it not on Amazon if you are Amazon averse. Like I think I've told you guys before, my whole house is run by Amazon. Like it's a smart house run by Amazon. I'm in there, so it is what it is. But if you are not an Amazon friend, you can also order it directly from Cordy. So get you one of these, get you the spreadsheet, let's get planning, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video, okay?